Hi, this is Kate from Izzalicious Designs. Today it's Christmas Eve day and I thought that we would do a very quick and simple little tutorial on Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer applique. It's a hook only design, so you just need your hook, and this is what we're going to be making. I wanted to take this opportunity to thank you all. Firstly, to thank you for being on this fabulous journey with me, for subscribing to my channel, for following me, for all the lovely comments that you make, and the advice and the inspiration that you all give me. Thank you so much. It means the world to have you along on this journey with me. I also want to wish every one of you a Merry Christmas or a Happy Hanukkah or whatever you celebrate. And I hope that you have a beautiful time with family and friends. I know Christmas can be a bit lonely sometimes, so I hope all of you have somebody that you can hug today and tomorrow. Also, my prayer for you all is that 2015 is a good year. I know 2014 has been a hard year for some people, and I really wish that 2015 is a good one for all of us. And here's hoping to peace and harmony and a fabulous year for everybody. So with that being said, and again thank you, let's make little Rudolph here and focus on some good times. You're going to be using a hook, but I have got my loom here to do the little magic ring to start his nose. So the colours I'm using are red, a tan colour, dark brown, and a couple of black. I'm also using a stitch marker. If you don't have one of these, you can use an S clip or a C clip, or you can use a I don't know what you call them, paper clip. They work just as well. Alright, so starting with a single red band, we're going to place it on our loom, on our peg, and twist it. Okay, so do a figure 8, twist it once and twice, and you'll have 3 little loops here, and if you're very lucky, a cat hair. So 3 little loops, and we're going to take 6 little bands, red, and we're going to put our hook down and grab our first red band and draw it through and reclaim and take one over the other in a little slip knot, but we're not going to do it tight. We're just going to move that around the peg. Now, still with this loop on your hook, go back down through and grab your second band and bring it back up and do a little slip knot, and you're going to join these two together by taking one over the other and moving things around the peg. Let's go back down for our third. And the reason I do this on a peg of my loom, it's easier to show you what I'm doing. So you don't need to use the loom. If you can do it without the loom, just on your hook, absolutely fabulous. It's not a necessary step, but it is a very good way of showing you exactly what I'm doing. So we're going to have 6 bands in total that we've put through. Make sure you go through all 3 of those little loops. Come on, there we go. One over the other and join, and then you can get rid of your loom. You don't need that for anything else now. Move these little loops around so that it becomes a ring, not a semicircle. Okay, and then what you're going to do, if you count, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 6th stitch is on our hook here. We're going to put our hook through this first stitch here. Alright, through both of these. If you have a look, there's 2 loops to it. There's the front loop and there's the back loop. Take a skin tone, I'm using skin tone anyway, and you're just going to do a single crochet, so you push it through that loop and reclaim. Now, I want to join these up, okay, but I don't want to do it in a single crochet. If I do a single crochet, it kind of looks messy. You can see that there. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to pull that through, pull this single band through, and then I'm going to put this loop on top, and this is called a slip stitch, then reclaim and put one over the other. Alright, now I'm going to put my little stitch marker on here to remind me that this is my first stitch. So as I go around, I don't go shooting past that. Okay, so next we're going to go through, now we're going to go through this first stitch here again, so go through, and we're going to just take a single band, skin tone, draw it through like that, and this time we're going to do a single crochet. So you go this one over, and then you're going to join these two together by putting that one over this one. We're going to go to the second stitch and do the same. Now normally in our other faces we would have just been doing an increase in all of these. We're not doing an increase just yet. We're doing a single crochet to make his nose sit out just a little bit. Alright, so here we go. Single crochet in each of these stitches. This is my last one here. I'm back at the beginning again. I'm going to put my hook through. Now this is the two sides of the stitch. There's the inside and there's the outside. We're going to be working on just the outside stitch, just this one little loop here. So instead of going through both of these loops of this stitch, I'm just going through this outside one, okay? And again, I'm still using skin tone, and I'm going to do a single crochet. So reclaim, one over the other, and join. And I'm going to move my stitch marker to that stitch that's on my hook. And I'm doing my double in here, so my increase. So I'm going to go back through that first stitch, just the one side, and do another single crochet, one over the other, and join. Now in this second stitch I'm going to do the same, just through that one loop on the outside, one over the other, and join, and then go back through that same loop, the outside part of that stitch, and do another single crochet in that same stitch. We're doing an increase. Here's our third one here. You're just going through the outside loop, not the inside and the outside, just the outside. And do your single crochet and then go back for your second, because we're doing an increase. Here's our next one. Here's just the outside loop. And go back for a second single crochet in that outside loop. Here's our next stitch, just the outside bit. And go back for a second. And here's another one, the fifth. Go back for a second. And this is where we started, so we've got one more stitch before we go back, just on that outside loop. Here's our first single crochet, and let's go back for our second. Now, after this, we're going to go through both the loops here on our first. So this is where my stitch marker is. This is our first stitch. So I'm going to go through both of those. I'm going to take my stitch marker out. So I now have on my hook, if I can twist it around, both of those loops. See, the inside and the outside. And what I'm changing to now is the dark brown, and I'm going to do a single crochet in the dark brown and put my stitch marker on that as my first one. So if you have a look, it's sort of made the nose sit up a bit. It's not flush. I mean, it's not really protruding, but it's sitting up so that it's not just sitting flush to the face. Alright, so we're on brown. This is going to be the bottom. Okay, this is the bottom, and so we are going to go around to about this point here, 2 o'clock and 10 o'clock, to put eyes. Alright, remember when you're doing this, we're working with the nose pointing away from us, and we're going to do a single crochet followed by an increase, followed by a single, followed by an increase. So we've done our single, we're doing an increase. So here's our first single crochet, and go back through the same loop and do a second crochet. Then we do a single in this one, and we do the increase in this one. So there's one, and go back for another. Come here, you tricky little thing. Now, as I said, this is the middle. Okay, I'm going to do a single here, and now I'm going to do an increase, but I want to put an eye on here as well. Okay, so this stitch here is going to be an increase, this is going to be a single, this is going to be an increase. So what we need to do for that is to work out which stitch it's going to go on for the increase. Is it going to be the first stitch or the second stitch? And I think we should do our first stitch as just a normal single crochet, and then we do an eye, and you're going to need a single black band, wrap it once, twice, 3 times and 4 times. Now please note, I'm through my stitch here. Put a brown band on the end of your hook, slide these over like this, and you're going to drag that back through and reclaim one over the other like that. Then we have a single in here, like that. Okay, now we can do our next single. With this is an increase in this one. I'm going to do the first stitch, and then I'm going to do the second stitch as the eye. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Take my brown band, drag it through, and now we do a single crochet. Then we do an increase. Oops. There's our first one. Go back through for a second single crochet in that stitch, and a single for the next, and an increase, and a single, and an increase. So do 1 and our second one. This is where we started, so put your hook through. We're going to do a single crochet and move our stitch marker to that new spot there. Now just stretch this out so that it's evenly spaced. Okay, so this is what it's looking like at the minute, like that. We're going to do another round, and on that round is where we're going to put our ears and our antlers. Again, remember the nose and the eyes are pointing away from you, and we're going to have the ears by the eyes and then the antlers in the middle here. So we'll try and make it so that we can fit all of this in. So you have to keep looking at the front to gauge where things are. We're still going to be doing a single crochet followed by an increase, but only up until we get to the eye parts. So we go single crochet, single crochet, increase, then we do the ears and the antlers in this part here, and then we continue with our single crochet and increase. So we've done a single, we're going to do an increase. So 1, and go back through that same spot. 2, let's do a single, and then an increase. So 1, 2, here we do a single, and here we do an increase. So for this one I'm going to do 1 and 2. Now at this point I could probably start doing my ear. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this we did as a single crochet, I'm going to undo this one and we're going to make it a slip stitch. So let's untangle that. So for a slip stitch, and this is my second crochet in here, okay, we have it like this. Instead of reclaiming like we just did, hold on to the edge and pull that loop through and then reclaim and do your loop. It just makes it sit tighter to the head. Go through your next stitch here and you're going to take a single band and we're going to chain another single band on top of it. Now this is as close as I can get, I guess, in my understanding of what a half double crochet would mean or something like that, because you've got 2 and then you're going to take, so from this chain you're going to take the middle one up and over like that and then join these like this. We're going to do another crochet in here in the loop, alright, up and over, and then one more in here, but this time as you go through you're going to go up and over, but you're not going to reclaim it and do another one here. You're going to leave the 2 loops on and take another band and put it through like that, then one over the other and go back down to this loop here, do a single crochet on that, and then through the loop where we started push your hook and you're going to do a slip stitch. So pull it through and through your loop and reclaim and one over the other. So this is the little ear like this. Okay, now we need to do, in this stitch here, we need to do an antler. So what we're going to do, go through the next stitch like this, take a single, and you're going to take this one up and over so you have the 2 loops left, and we're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So you've got a chain of 6. This one goes up and over. Alright, we're going to go through the middle here of the next stitch and with a single brown band draw it through, and you're just going to do a single crochet like that through the next one. Go through, do a single crochet, and through the third one. Go through and a single crochet, but we're not going to join these up. We're going to do another little chain. So, whoopsie, let me do that again. Let me get both those loops on my hook. 1, 2, we'll just do 3, 3, put this one up and over, go through the next stitch here with your hook, take a band, go through it, through the next one, and you're just doing single crochets through this one here, now you've sort of made this little V. We're going now to this one here. Oops, it's just the next stitch. Single crochet, and then you're working back down your original chain that you made. Make sure that his nose is facing away from you, that the chain isn't twisted. See how we've done this? Now look for where you started, which is here, push your hook through, and you're going to do a slip stitch. So pull it through, don't reclaim, add that loop, now reclaim, and one over the other. And as you can see, you've done an ear and an antler. So now, again, point him away from you. In this next stitch, just do a single crochet. And we have to do another antler now. So we're going to go through a single crochet. Now, if you have a look at this side, if we did the antler here, it's not going to be at the same spot, so we need to do a single crochet here, and actually, if I remember rightly, we did a slip stitch. So let's take that out, hold it, do our slip stitch like that, and through this one, which is above the eye, we'll start doing our chain. So you pull it through, okay, and we're going to do one over the other so that you've got your two loops. Now we do our chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, one over the other like that. And we're going to pop down 3, so this is our first one, single crochet, 1, 2. If you want it to be a bit different from the one that we did on the other side, go down 4, and it makes it slightly different from the first antler that we did. So that was 3, I'll go down 4 for this one. It really doesn't matter. I'm going to go one over the other like that, but instead of joining them together, I'm going to do my little chain. Do you remember? So 1, 2, 3, one over the other, push back through, let's grab a few more bands, and we're doing single crochets in the chain. 1, and our next one, and try and make it so that it's not twisted. Remember, your face needs to be away from you. So I'm now in this one here. Oops, come back. Now I'm in this one. just doing single crochets. Now I'm in this one. Right here at the start here, single crochet. Now we're going to look for where we came in, which is right here, and do a slip stitch. So slip stitch, pull it through, reclaim and join. So if we pull this out, it's a little bit different, looks a little bit different, and that's good because antlers are never exactly the same. Now we need to do the other ear for the other side. So again, face away. Now what you might want to do, did we do a slip? We did do a slip stitch here, that's fine, that's what we needed to do. So you're going to find your next stitch, which is this one here. Grab a single band, pull it through, chain onto this one over the other, join them together, do another single crochet in here, one over the other. Now we're going to put a single band, join these, one over the other, and then back through this spot here, single crochet, and then through the spot that this all started with a slip stitch, one over the other like so. So when you have a look, it's like that. Okay, now again, facing away from you, that was a single crochet and that was a slip stitch, so we're going to do single crochet, and now we continue with our increase, single crochet, increase until we get to our pink stitch marker. So I'm going to do, that was one, let's do another one in here. This is our increase, and then a single crochet, and an increase, and a single crochet, and an increase, single crochet, and an increase, single crochet, and then we finish with a slip stitch. So push your hook through, grab your band, pull it through, include your stitch, reclaim and pull into a tight slip knot. You can take your stitch marker away. We're going to just hide this tie-off band through some of these little loops at the back. Push it through, grab and pull that tie-off band back so that you can't see it. Now, as you can see, it looks sort of all scrumpled and whatnot. You just pull it into shape. And the other thing to remember, this one I did yesterday, and he's kind of flattened out now, and this one will relax into shape as well. So there you have, and he's got a little bit of a fatter face, but that's okay, we did an extra row here. And there you have your little Rudolph. I really hope you enjoy making him. Take care. Merry Christmas. Bye bye.